to another Daytime Crime, episode 9, with your host, yours truly. Um, I was obviously inactive for a few days over the weekend, but thankfully the market is treating me pretty well, even though Solana is getting crushed. We are at 227 Sol, which is the highest we've ever been, and we're just in the same pools. We're kind of in the same pools over the weekend. Panini has been doing very, very well for me. I took some profit on this today. It's kind of related. We'll go into the narratives and stuff. OG Doge, I've been pulling this for a while. This was kind of like a token launch from the creator of the original Doge meme, and he seems very competent and has integrity. Obviously not shilling this, but I've just been pulling this for a while. So that is another one that is doing very well for me. B-Ball, another token I've been in. I probably should have sold out on this spike, but I didn't. So we're just chilling in here. I'll probably cut it if it drops a little bit lower, but for me it was kind of like a hedge against the market being really shitty. Basically the thesis was the market is a beach ball underwater, which I kind of resonate with, so I was pulling this. We'll see if this survives. Again, not really sure what's going to happen with that one, but Panini is doing well, and we are going to look at some other tokens that I've not been aware of because was not locked in for like 2 days, and like I always say, if you leave the sector for like, I don't know, a week or something, or I mean not even a week, for like 2 days, it feels like you're gone for a week. Let me pull up the other chat. Okay, where's the link I go for Streamflow? Search streamflow.finance, I believe, div. Yeah, streamflow.finance, and then go to open app, and then you should be able to find it. anyways, bro, can I send you 10 Sol? No. You cannot send me 10 Sol. How, bro? What's up, Ryan? Reen? Is the market decent at the moment? I kind of got a bit cooked yesterday. What'd you get cooked on? Um, it's good. The market it still has volume and stuff. It just depends how you're playing it. And what I try to teach on this channel is how to use Meteora to trade and get exposure to meme coins, which is a little bit less risky than just trading spot on like Axiom and whatnot. I think Sol will go down to 8 FK SV151. I actually ended up taking a loss on SV151 because it dropped out of my range. I didn't go wide enough, but I saw it today. It came back. What's up, Larry? How you doing, boss? Hey man, honest question. How can I start from zero? It's been pretty hard personally, not gonna lie. Back in time, can you give me? I will answer your question. Can you give me kind of a background of what you have done so far in the space? Do you have Solana in your wallet already? Have you traded meme coins already? Did bid Aura gain Aura? Aura crypto? Is that the OG Aura or the new one? SV151 up or down, bro? Yo, Crime, what's up, bro? I remember I talked with you on X a few months ago. You the goat. Thanks, OOO. What's up right here? AKA Ali. I know who you are now. Been a while, it has been. I feel like it actually hasn't been that long, but we just live in a space where everything moves so fast. OOO, what's your name on X, bro? I probably remember, but I don't recognize your profile pic right now. I got the Pump Go bounty recording at MetLife Stadium 2 Sol. No way. Did you really? That's actually sick. Anyways, today we're feeling good. We are actually at all-time highs, so we had to bring the beater out and try to clickbait some more attention. And your total vest is 500k, 531k to be exact. That's pretty good, Div. I got like 3 mil. So, what is it worth at the peak of? What is it worth when it all fully vests? Is that 700k? Are you talking about Go? Yes, this is kind of going into it's one of the projects that has executed the pump fund bounties the best. Yeah, trade some meme coins and got in and out. NFT, it's been minus negative overall. I got you. Are you only on Solana? I'm Zeptic, but I think I had a different handle before. I think you did too. I don't recall Zeptic. Just send me another DM if you want. Oh. I'll say what up. Trenches are tough. I hate how politics control our markets. Yes, I feel you because, when Sol started dumping, a lot of memes started dumping as well. But with that being said, there are ways, and there is a volume in the trenches right now. Like, things are still running, and not every token is absolute garbage, in my opinion. So Damn, they decided to pump Jochu. I saw that. My friend just sent that in our Telegram. Also, guys, I'm going to start trying to recruit more people into the Telegram that we have, completely free. We have a lot of good traders in here, a lot of good LPers, very knowledgeable. The reason I'm trying to get you guys to join is because I'm going to be dropping a YouTube series soon on how to enter your first liquidity pool and really try to onboard more new users. So if you want to stay posted on that, a lot of the stuff sending in here, you guys might not understand yet, but again, just join so that you can keep posted. Crime, are you in Joshua? I'm not in Joshua yet. Um, I saw it pumping like really hard. It's a little weird to me. I don't understand. Like, yes, it says it's a popular meme, but personally, I have never like this seems somewhat familiar, but I don't recall seeing this meme a lot. So I'm just a little bit sus on it, you know. Okay. Shit, I didn't hold. I was in 300k. Dang, FOMO Cabal pumping it. Is that an actual Cabal, June? Why'd you fade Magpie? I didn't fade it, Div. I just got out on a, I got out on a pump. I was up like 2 Sol, and I was like, fuck it, I'm getting out here. I just didn't know. Yeah, obviously I should have stayed in longer. Um, I forget where I got out. I'll show you real quick. Let me see, Div. Let me see. Um, 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 um. This is yeah, okay. I got it right here, Div. I got it on this bike. I was just happy with it. I was like, I don't know what the market's gonna do, but yeah, I probably would have been up like 8 or 10 Sol if I just stayed in. But it's all right. It's all right. Hey, how do I join the telly? I just sent the link in the chat. I'm gonna try to pin it. It's under review. It should be pinned now, but if you can't find it, it's in my link tree in my bio. But yes, out of all the telegrams that get shilled on this app, I promise you this is the one filled with the most value for free. I feel like the KOLs on that app are they buy and pump shit. Send it to X chat. Let me see if this. Oh, that is not it. That is not it. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Here, let me get the actual link for you. Yeah, there's the actual link. There's the actual link. Bet I've been on meme coin trading for 2 years. Was really only crazy profitable during the chill guy Rismus era. That was one of the most fun eras. How much are you at right now? It should show on screen. We're at 227 Solana. Parquet. Wait. Let me go back because Back in Time is here. Back in Time, are you still here? I'm gonna go over kind of how this works real quick before we go into reviewing tickers and whatnot. Soul counter looks good. Thanks, Div. Yeah, I'm still here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Let me get off of Roy Jones Jr. for a second. It's a little bit too much for me right now. We're just gonna go to the XDJ and see what he has for us. What's up, Ace? How you doing, boss? I didn't get to check out the stream with HMC, but he said it went well. Okay, Back in Time. Give me uno momento, and then we're gonna figure it out. And I think I found a good way to actually go over it. So, okay, everyone in the chat, real quick. Everyone in the chat, real quick. What we LPing today? We are LPing a few things from the weekend, but we're gonna try to find some new ones. So, does everyone? This is a question for everyone. If you're watching and you haven't sent a message, just please send yes or no. Does everyone understand what a market order is and what a limit order is, and the difference between them? It's a simple yes or no question. I just want to see. Don't be scared if you don't know. It's completely fine. Yes, Div knows. You're locked in. Nice, Ace. Actually, no. K-Rod does not under. Wait, is that K-Rod? Maybe a different K-Rod. Yes, yes. Okay. Half no's, half yeses. Okay. Let me get off the Spanish radio real quick. Give me a second, Div. Bro, what are these? What are these songs? Okay. Actually, no. Okay. So basically, I'm going to go over this and see if everyone understands. So, a market order, let's adjust this volume a little bit. A market order is going to get you in, is when you have, let's say you have one soul and you want to convert it to this magpie token, okay? You have one sold. Using a market order, you click buy on like trading terminals like Axiom and Padre and stuff like that. If you click buy, it instantly converts your one soul to this asset at whatever the current price is, okay? So by using a market order, it gets you into the asset instantly, okay? It's taking from a sell order, right? So if there were no sell orders, if the closest sell order was at 700K and used a one soul buy order, it would fill your price at 700K if that's where the closest sell order was. Does that make sense? It's basically saying, get me into this price at this asset, whatever price it is, I don't care. Take my one soul and convert it to the token. A limit order is going to be a specific price below current price where you want your one soul to be inverted. So instead of having it say, okay, get me in at whatever price possible, you're taking your one Solana and you're instead saying, okay, my one Solana is here as a limit buy order, okay, but I will only buy it if the price comes down to 600K. If price comes down to 620K and comes up, my one Solana here at this limit order is not going to get filled. Basically, you're just specifying a price that you want to buy it at, okay? A limit order is not going to get filled. Your order is not going to get executed unless price comes down to this level, whatever level you specify. You can set a limit order at whatever, 500K, right? One soul here. So basically, they're just resting here and they're waiting for price to travel down so that you get filled here. Does that make sense to everyone? I assume that is not too complicated to explain. Does that make sense to everyone? Div did know this. Ace, was that a good explanation? Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now everyone understands the difference between a market order and a limit order. Conversely, real quick, if you have the token, your sell limit orders are going to work the same way. You can market sell and it will fill you at the closest buy price, right? But it's going to fill you instantly. It's saying, okay, I'm getting out right now. I don't care what price it gets sold at. Just get me out right now and it will sell. Conversely, you can have sell limit orders. You can say, okay, I'm placing my tokens for sale at 800K. It's not going to execute until price goes up here. So there are limit sell orders, which are above current price, and limit buy orders, if you're buying the token, below current price. And you might say, okay, well, what happens if I place a limit buy order above current price? There's no point to do that because current price is down here. If you set a limit buy order up here, it's just going to fill you instantly, right? This is going to kind of just convert to a market order if for some reason you set a limit buy order up here. Now, simple and easy to understand. Thank you, Ace. Okay, moving on. So how does this relate to Meteora? So I'm going to give you guys an example. I think I made a good example on how to explain this. So let's say your one Solana. This represents your one Solana, okay? Now think about it. This is going to represent 0.5 Solana, okay? Here, actually, we're going to go like 0.5 Sol. So think about it. I'm trying to give you an example. This long bar represents 1 Solana. Half of this bar represents 0.5. And now let's say this represents 0.25 Solana. So you can see how each of these little chunks kind of adds up to 1 Solana. Now, moving here. Sorry, I should have done this farther away. We're going to redo this explanation so that it stands here. So let's pretend 1 Solana is this big. Okay, 1 Sol. Now, this is 0.5 Solana, right? This is going to be 0.25 Solana. Just imagine, right? Each of these little tails will eventually add up to 1 Solana. So a market order, when you're traditionally trading meme coins, if you're trading on Axiom or something, typically your entry size, let's say it's 1 Solana here, if you use a market order, you're going to get converted all the way. Your 1 Solana right here is getting converted at this current price. That means if it goes down, you're going to lose money because your 1 Solana right here has an average of 675K. You're filled at this average price. Now, if it goes up, you win because, right, your 1 Solana was filled here. I think you guys understand that. However, this differs because Meteora, okay, relating back to the limit orders, Meteora is instead going to break up your 1 Solana between a bunch of different limit orders, okay? And I want you guys to think about it. So the whole premise of my strategy and other people's strategies, it's not just mine, but the whole premise of this is to determine a spot on the chart where you think the coin is going to bottom, okay? And what I mean by that is you're trying to predict the chart maybe comes down and eventually goes up. You want to try to find the bottom of the range, okay? If you make the range too tight or something and it comes out here and falls around, you kind of failed your job because you predicted too high of a bottom, okay? So we're trying to find really the absolute lowest point of the chart we want it to go, okay? Now, once we have found that point, let's say in this case it's 266K. We're just going to add a line like right here. Okay, this is the bottom. This is the lowest, in theory, we think the asset is going to go. So, instead of being exposed and converting our 1 Solana to the asset at this price, what happens if it goes down? We lose money. But on Meteora, what we are going to do instead is take our 1 Solana. It's going to automatically break our 1 Solana between a bunch of different limit orders. Okay, so think about it, right? This 1 Solana, this length right here, is going to instead be split between a bunch of different levels on the way down. It kind of functions as a ladder in a way. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to give you less exposure. And I'm going to stop drawing these tails so you can see more accurately. It's actually going to bunch them tightly together like this, okay? So they're actually going to be very close together in terms of limit buy orders. But the power behind this is that it automatically does this for you. So if you guys know what DCAing is, I'm going to assume you don't, but if you know what DCAing is, Meteora basically auto DCAs for you. So, right, the limit orders, this point, this little bit of Solana, so right here, right, basing on our initial drawing, this is probably 0.05 Solana right here, okay? And then right here is maybe 0.06, and then 0.07, and then 0.08. And then it's going to increase as we go down. So what this is doing is when price comes down, it's going to gradually start converting our Solana to the asset, okay? So like we said, limit orders, they don't get filled until price comes down. So if they're just sitting like this and price comes up, R1 Solana is not going to get touched. R1 Solana is going to exist here as a bunch of different limit buy orders, technically. Now, the whole thing, why this matters. Why does this matter? Because Meteora allows you to charge fees on incoming order flow. It allows you to get fees when each of your limit orders gets filled. Okay, so the power behind this, now that we have all of our 1 Solana broke up in this range automatically, and we are not going to get in trouble unless it falls below the bottom of our range, we earn fees in the token when it comes down in our range. Once we have our Solana converted to the token, we get fees in the token. When it goes up in our range, we sell back out of our tokens back into Solana, we get fees in Solana. So we get fees in the token, we get fees in Solana. We get fees in the token, we get fees in Solana. So you can see how we are able to benefit off of sideways movement in our range. And that is really the power behind Meteora. Now, one thing that might appeal to you if you're a new viewer who trades meme coins is that you can set up a range all the way up here, and if it comes down, gets adequate movement, let's say it comes down, starts dumping a little bit, traditionally, if you just bought the token at this level, you'd be down like 50% at this point. Not good, right? But when you spread your liquidity out on Meteora and create kind of a wider range for the price to move, if it even spikes up to here, if the chart does something like this, you can get out here for profit. You can get out here for profit after opening your range all the way up here. So the power is that obviously you can't have a token that goes straight down. If it just dribbles out below your range and doesn't get any movement, you're going to take a loss, okay? But on Meteora, you can actually profit while it's dumping if it gets an adequate bounce. So that is one way to make profit. Now, you can make even more in profit if it ranges around. If you have conviction in this token, it gets good movement, gets good movement. If it pumps back out of your range, this is a plus scenario. This is where you would make even more. But I'm just saying, you can make money on dumps just from this one decent bounce within your range. Sorry, I went on like a ton of tangents there. Guys, I just got a bunch of follows in the chat, in the TikTok chat. I'm going to try to convert you guys to my Telegram group. So many smart people in there. I'm going to be dropping a 0 to 100 how to open your first liquidity pool guide on YouTube this week. It is in the works and it should be dropping either tomorrow. But if you guys want updates for this, please join the telly there. And again, if you just hang around in here, there are so many good traders. There's so many good traders in here. Will is like one of the best LPers I think in the world, believe it or not. Div is a goat. He always has good calls. Also one of my best friends in the space. Pips, great calls. Anyways, I don't want you guys in here just because Pips sent a CA. Do not go ape it, okay? I am never one to explicitly shill anything. I'm never going to be someone to tell you, go do this exactly. You guys need to think of your own. You need to create your own opinions on these tokens. Apply what I'm teaching you on how to use Meteora, and then you can go and go into the space yourself, and you can be self-sufficient, which is really the goal here. All right, great info, says Chris. Thank you. What's the group? What's your TG group? Are you guys getting the link? Is it not sending? How long did you start the challenge? I started on August 1st of 2024. So we're getting a pump and dump. Probably not a pump and dump. Maybe it dumps, but I am not one to. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? How do you spell Meteora? Just like that, K-Rod. Just like that, K-Rod. Did everyone get this link, or is it not working? If you can't find this link, go to my bio. Go to my bio, and I think people are joining. The number's going up. Go to my bio, Linktree. It should have a link there. It's like the Linkin Park album. How much was your best month? LPing or trading meme coins? So when I first started, the market was insanely hot. January 2024. I'll go to bio. Link isn't sending. What the fuck? Okay. If you guys for some reason can't join it, just DM me on TikTok after. I'll check the DMs and I'll send it to you. But I do want you guys to join because I'm going to try to get as many views on the YouTube series, the free YouTube series. Again, this info is like really valuable and people could charge for it. Actually, side note, but there is a rat in our group chat, and there's this other like TikTok streamer who would charge 5 Sol to get into his group. And I saw one day he posted a screenshot and he had a Meteora DLMM group, and the guy that was in my chat that I taught from the beginning was in there. I saw a screenshot from him, and they're charging money. So people were siphoning information from my group and selling it for free, which is absolutely fucking crazy. And I banned him, and I said, what's the TG? Genius, TBH. And then the guy was like, bro, you're just mad because I'm getting paper. I'm like, bro, you're actually stupid. I'm not mad because of that. I'm mad because I'm charging nothing for this information, and you're stealing it and posting it in your own group and charging people who don't have money 5 Solana. Like, bro, maybe this information is worth $500, but like, again, you can find it for free on my page. Anyways, end of rant. Yeah, if you guys cannot join the TG, literally just shoot me a DM. I'll make sure we get you in there. Welcome, bro. Welcome, K. Thanks, Pips. Pips is on YouTube watching this stream. Pips, I just gave you a shout out for your shot calling abilities. We escaping the trenches. Actually, we will always be in the trenches. We are just surviving and thriving. Why are you wearing a vest? Just for shock value, Shara. Thank you for the rose, though. Best coins to do this, RN, or what are good coins to do this for? Good question, Chris. Moving forward. So, you want to find tokens. You can theoretically do it on any coin, right? But you want to find tokens that survive and have good volume. Okay. Now, maybe a not so good example, and I'm not saying you can't LP something like Troll. Oh wow, my tokens are kind of dumping right now. Not saying you can't LP something like Troll, right? This is a very large cap, but so many people. Welcome, guys. 1 second. Hybrid and K said they joined. Welcome, guys. I don't know why it doesn't show when new people join anymore, but welcome everyone. I'll keep you posted on the 0 to 100 opening your first pool guide. Anyways, going to Troll. So what tokens are good to LP? So going to Troll, you could LP this, okay? Think about it. You can use Meteora basically as a DCA machine, okay? So if you want to enter an asset between a certain range, it doesn't make sense to not use Meteora. So if you're like, okay, I don't think Troll is going to fall below 60 mil, yes, you could spread your liquidity between here and here, and let's say price comes down. Instead of pooling this, as soon as your liquidity gets swapped, you can withdraw it, and basically this is just going to act as limit orders to get you in. There's also limit order features on Meteor now. But anyways, in terms of long-term LPing, yes, you could do this, but this is such an old token, and there's so much TVL, there's so much money already in the pools. I'll show you what it actually looks like on Meteor. There's so much value already in these pools that the fee generation is not going to be that great, okay? You get higher fees the more risky and the newer a token is. So it's kind of like finding a happy medium between tokens that are not going to die and tokens that are new and have very high fee generation. But as you can see, there's 200k in this pool. If you enter this, like, yes, you'll get some exposure, you'll get some fees, but it's not going to be anything crazy just because this token has been around for a while. Very diluted. Magpie was a great LP if you managed to stay in this. New token, tons of volume. I actually had a range from, let's see here. So I started my range, I think, at 800k and went down 82% maybe. So this is the range I was covering. Now, do you see how wide I went? This is literally me predicting, okay, I think I even went a little bit tighter here. I think maybe to here. So 75% down-ish, right? Most people looking at this chart up here would not predict, at least from what I know, most people would not predict it goes this low. I always set very, very wide ranges. I determine a bottom, okay, maybe this is a decent bottom, or even maybe this is a decent bottom. You always want to go lower, or a little bit lower than you think it's gonna go, okay, for this reason, right? Dumped very hard, but it survived. So something like this, new token, tons of volume, decent technology. Also, going back to something like Panini, this is an 85k market cap coin. When I was LPing it was like 120k or something like that. This token, for whatever reason, had insanely high fee generation. Now, this is a little bit sketchier, right? Newer token, it's a very low market cap, but I liked the vibe. It fit into the collectors. Basically, if you don't know, Panini is a brand that has done the World Cup trading cards since like 1969 or something. Super old company, right? They are releasing stickers or cards or something for the World Cup token, or for the World Cup. Now, I LP'd this because it fit into kind of the trading card meta that we're seeing with Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon tickers are running right now, if you are unaware. And it fit into the World Cup vibe. So I was like, okay, those kind of check both of my boxes on relevancy, right? I choose tokens that I think are going to stick around. If you are choosing a token based off of a Trump tweet or based off of a news event, those tokens get a lot of volume early, but instead of surviving like this, you'll see something, if it's a news event, it'll usually spike very high to like, I don't know, 1 to 2 or 3 or 4 mil. These tokens get a ton of volume at the beginning, but they don't have the longevity that other tokens have because they're a news story. It's not a meme. Memes get reposted. They hold social relevance. But news stories are kind of one and done things unless the news story keeps getting updated. Story with hantavirus, right? I classified this intensely as a news token, okay? And let me tell you what. Obviously, very, very high news. You see what I was just talking about? This initial spike, it went to freaking 16 mil. Huge scare, whatever. As soon as I learned that this token, as soon as I learned that hantavirus was not transmittable between humans, I knew it was going to die. Because it's going to fall out of the news headlines. Like if there's no pandemic risk with a virus and it's not transferable between humans, it's only you can only get it from rat saliva and feces or whatever. I knew that everyone on that cruise is going to get whatever treated, whatever's going to happen with them. After that cruise is over, there's not going to be more cases because you can't pass it from human to human. So I knew that this was going to fall out of the news, right? So this is what happens when a token loses attention. Literally, this is like a very, very good example of you just using your intuition to decide whether a token is going to have social relevance and hold that or not. So, what are some other good tokens, fellas? That damn OG Doge is cooking. So memes. Okay, another one. Jars. Real quick. This one might have already faded off, but I played this for a little. This was super, super popular on social media for a little bit. Okay, I was LPing it back in this area. Now I was seeing this all over my feed, right? And you have to kind of determine, okay, how long is this meme going to last? 6-7 doesn't look great right now, but 6-7 was like a no-brainer coin from last year, right? Inarguably the biggest meme of 2025. So something that you see all the time on your timeline and whatnot is going to be a good token to LP. I'm done ranting for now. I'm going to look at the chat. Al Pacino, what's up? You never looked at Pump Go. Did you get into 3WS? I did not play 3.ws as much, but a lot of people, that was a play that you could size into. What's up, RJ? Why not show your demonstration in Meteor instead of Deck Screener? The only reason I don't do that is because I do sometimes, but I don't know. That's a good question. I like seeing the banner and everything on Deck Screener. I don't know. Good question though. Crazy Alpha, what's up, Chris? Thank you for that. Graduate from the trenches to the foxhole. What is the foxhole? Where would be the best entries in hindsight on jars? So I was LPing it, I forget where I opened the pool. I think around 170k, maybe this region was where I entered up opening. And this was kind of like a beta to also, if you guys have been around on social media, if you're young, you probably know about that big guy. That big guy. So this token was super viral. I played this one as well. But again, it was kind of like viral on social media, right? From that one kid saying it on whatever jars. But you have to wonder again how long something is going to stay relevant. It was viral for like 3, 4, 5 days. I kind of expected it to fall out. So like honestly, the way I trade memes, I am trying to kind of judge social relevance in a way on these memes that are running. So this one I was super quick to get, or I was quicker to get out of. I got this bounce. I opened my pool all the way up here, as you can see where my drawings are. I got one decent bounce in my range. It was pretty deep in my range. I got this bounce, and I was out. So I'm going to show you guys where I'm getting out on these plays, just so you can get, we can get a little bit more specific with everything. So, oh, I actually got out on this bounce, okay? So, I was really close to being in trouble, to be honest, even though when at this point, I was break even. I actually was never negative on this trade. Maybe right here I was a little bit negative, but you can see how, right? Even though I entered the trade all the way up here, I made the bottom very low, okay? So I don't have to stress very much. Even though it's dumping, it's dumping, it's dumping. If you were traditionally trading this and buying it and DCAing even here, even if you get a technically perfect entry here and you don't sell here, like you were in trouble. But on a Meteora, I can just determine the bottom and I have a lot more cushion for how long I can stay in this trade. You're still back holding Unk and Chill House. Wait, Chill House or Chud House? I was on TikTok the whole time. I didn't even notice the meme till I saw the coin. The jars one. Okay, I'm up so far in World Cup. Held and entered over the month. I'm so happy for RN. It starts the 11th, so there's time. Just be careful. I have talked about the World Cup token pretty frequently. It's kind of odd how it's playing out. But I will say I'm surprised it hasn't dumped harder into the start of the World Cup. Doesn't it start tomorrow? Chill House? Chud House? Um, Crime XB2 Gooner. What's up, Strike? Thank you for the follow, guys. Again, I'm going to keep shilling the Telegram just because I'm going to be dropping some YouTube videos for absolute beginners this week. Why not exit on that first big spike after entry? Are you talking about this one? I think I was not. I think I was not paying attention. Crypto Jones. That would have been a fine place to exit as well. And I think maybe also I didn't get too much. I didn't get too much in range here, so I don't know. Maybe I was getting like greedy on it, but that would have been a perfect place to entry or exit as well. Now on jars, we're going to see. Oh, on jars, we're going to see where. Why are you saying that, Strike? 'Cause I'm sunburnt. Oh shit! I actually had really good exits on this. So I was LPing, I guess throughout here. I wish I could see like historical, but I was LPing it down here, and then I guess I just held my fees, and I sold some here, and then I sold some here. Wow, this is actually like a really good. These are actually really good sells, but as you can see, I think I threw some into the LP on the upside too, so that's why it's not showing me selling massive amounts, but. Crypto Jones. I think it was. I think I was just entering around here, and I think I went kind of tight. Maybe did a pull down to 40k. Is probably what I would guesstimate from entering at 200k, something like that. What's up, Tix? Tix, I heard you're coming on the show next week. But yes, you are right, Crypto Jones. Welcome in, guys. If you are just new here, please drop a follow. I have tons of free content. Join the telly. Again, I don't normally promote it this much, but I'm trying to give new people in so that they can give me feedback when I drop the new tutorial videos that are going to be on YouTube this week. So yes, I'm showing the TG hard. No one in this chat is ever going to try to sell you anything or get you to download any links, so just be careful because we've had people get DM'd in here. Pips goated, Ghana is goated. So the people talking in here frequently are people I trust, okay? Not saying just because Gunna or Pip sends a token, again, don't just go ape it or LP it blindly, but they kind of give you things to look at. Will goated, Div goated. So everyone, all the past like 5 and KK has been in here a while. The one and only is active in here. So if they're talking a lot, definitely pay attention to what they're saying because a lot of the people in here do know what they are doing. Anyways, that's the shill. You went on the upside. What gave you that much conviction on the play? So obviously it was speculative, but basically this token is what gave me the conviction because that big ga was like going viral. This token got vamped by the official one where they onboarded the kit or whatever. So there was a bunch of PvP within these stickers, and when this had ran, Jars, when this ran to 1.4 mil, Jars was still at like 90k or something. And I liked this price action in volume. At the beginning, I liked the way this was going. Like, regardless of the token, this volume right here, this big spike, and then it has sustained volume and different price action, I like the way that looks. So I was happy to LP this, not only because of the price action and volume, but it's at 200k, and this one had already ran to like 1.3 mil. And this was technically the alpha because the that big gat reaction or meme was in reaction to Jars, which was like the Kool-Aid jars, whatever. So that's where I kind of got the conviction. I was like, okay, this thing might be able to run a little bit harder. obviously that's not always going to work, but like it seemed undervalued compared to what this was doing in volume where this ran kind of. RJ says someone on TikTok was impersonating you trying to scam me. I spent several hours fucking with them. Thank you, RJ. Oh, sorry, Tix. Here, I'll keep it a secret for now. HMC just told me. Bro, it's a TikTok meme, just purely attention market. No real value for a meme coin. I agree with you, but we still make money off of them. How old was the ticker? Did that play a factor? Let me just, I'll answer that for you. This one was made 8 days, 3 hours ago, and the Kool-Aid one was 21 days. It was. This was a lot older. So good calling that, Crypto Jones. This was OG, which definitely gave it more confidence within the meme coin traders. Henry, easy money if you patient. Check us out. It says Fat Films. Drop the viewers meme coins. Link Telegram. If you can't find the Telegram, just look at the link tree in my bio on TikTok, and it should be there. If you can't find it, still just DM me, and I'll get to you after the stream is done. Dude got so mad. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. That's some serious. When did you get a bleeper for swearing? LOL. It randomly appeared, Alex. Div was asking me about it the other day, but I just logged into the TikTok whatever like streaming thing, and it was like, do you want this profanity filter? I think it gives me like more viewers or appeals to more people, so I was like, whatever. How do we start, brah? Says Rin, join the Telegram, drop me a follow, send me a DM. I'm going to I want these YouTube videos that I'm dropping this week to do really well, and I'm going to not yap so much. I'm going to do editing. I'm editing them, so the best information should be clear and cut, and I will literally guide you exactly through how to open your first liquidity pool. Now, the barrier to entry is after you open your first liquidity pool, it will all make a lot more sense once you see how it's working. It seems very very abstract when I'm talking about it here. Like if you look at the Meteor homepage, very, very clean, but if you're new, it's going to be a little bit weirder to really understand, right? This is what a classic liquidity pool position looks like. And we kind of went over earlier what these bars mean, but I'm going to do my best job explaining how this works. So, like I said, drop a follow and be on the lookout. Let's drop in this week. No, you good, Rin. Can you slur and see if it blurs it out? I'm not doing that. I'm streaming on X. I don't even mean to cuss. I try to keep it professional, but sometimes the F-bombs come out, you know what I'm saying? No, I can't do that, guys. I can't do that. Crime. What, K-Rod? Do you ever use Radium? Not really. Trans? Not really. In times like this where Sol is unstable, do you go into USDC? Not on this wallet, and actually not on really any of my other wallets. I low-key think it does the opposite from what I've heard. Really, Div? The engagement on TikTok today is pretty good. So, no crypto. Especially in this wallet, I am never gonna convert anything to USDC really, unless I'm pulling a USDC token. But that's just because I like to track. I just track this DLMM wallet specifically in Solana. So, what's professional about this? Thanks, Rin. You joined the telly. What up? All new people, everyone who joined, send a message. It doesn't give noties anymore. That's kind of annoying. I don't get notifications on how many people join. Yeah, this MLB streamer hates when they put it on his stream, but I don't know. Technically, it feels like it nukes his viewership, but I don't know. It's been good for me. So you weren't in favor of shorting Sol or Zek this week? Bro, I mean, obviously shorting Solana and Zek and those tokens was the right move to do, but it's not my forte. It's not my expertise. Again, for me, it seemed like a bit of an overreaction. The Spy and SMP are all doing very good. Strikeio, I am a professional. Radium is my least favorite LP platform. It's more expensive and less dynamic. Yeah, I feel like there's like almost zero reason to ever do that. Like, my friend goes on, again, my friend goes on like Orca to do like infinity pools, but that's really like the only ever like reason I can ever see to use anything other than Meteora. Anyways, I'm out of here. Good luck. Love you. Goodbye, Strike. Love you. Anyways. Nice. We've gotten 24 followers on TikTok so far this stream. That's actually pretty good for me. We're gonna try to target at least 40 to 50 each day. Anyways, let's take a look at some other tokens and stop yapping. Literally have not opened one LP so far. But that's fine. You don't have to open new stuff all the time. Panini, I would really love for you to go up, even though I did take profit on this one a little bit. B-Ball, I need you to go up to. Doge, please explode to like 2 mil. Holy fuck. I'd be so hyped if, imagine if there's God Candles. I think it's possible, because also, on this token div, I don't know how John set it up. 34 new holders since I last checked it. I don't know how John set it up, but like when he dropped this token, he cornered a lot of the supply, obviously for the vesting purposes, but also, I thought this was the Matrix song. Also, there's literally 5% of tokens left in the, yeah, there's 15 mil tokens left in the Pump Fund LP, which is only 5% of the supply. So really, there's like almost no supply in the Pump AMM, which is really good. He was like, yeah, supply shock might happen. I was like, honestly, you might be right. Do you have a Discord by chance, boss? I do. I'm not quite as active in there. I'll try to be more active in it, especially once I, what the fuck? I'm trying to get this Clipper thing approved. Bro, this is so stupid. Anyways, what was I saying? Yes, I have a Discord. It should be in my bio if you're curious on it. Damn, as soon as I stopped the explanations, the viewership dropped. Oh well. This token did like so well. I probably should just exited, but whatever. Anyways, are we gonna LP Joshua? Like, if I LP this, I'm low-key just gonna go minus 90% bid ask, because this run-up is like super sus, is it not? Why is there so much volume? I don't get it. Is it really that good of a meme to be 1.3 mil? Wait, I think someone was asking me about that, RJ. Wait. K-Rod, what was that token you were shilling earlier? That big guy. We just went over that, Mirza. We literally just went over that. What are you talking about? Oh, the creator got onboarded. You made the monies on Joshua already. Cheers, HMC. Parquet, yes. Explanations are good, but I have to see how this all works too in real time. Okay, we're gonna try to open an LP for you, Noah. And Pump Go. Pump Go was actually, like I was saying earlier, it seemed that they perfected the bounty feature to the best ability so far, or the most professional way. What else? Parquet. Is it another bounty ticker? It seems like it. Oh no, it's not. Decentralized perp exchange on Solana offering 200x long and true exposure to US stocks and ETFs. Trades 24/7, settles in USDC, and is fully non-custodial. I explained Park to Toli 2 days ago. If you want to find out more about Park exchange stocks, are my reply below. 24/7 on-chain leverage trading for stocks and ETFs. Is the execution atomically on-chain with other Solana markets? Can I go long on Park and short on Phoenix in one transaction? Execution is all on-chain. A trade is a single Solana transaction run by the Perp Engine program. Execution and settlement are the same transaction, so nothing to bridge between them. I'm totally interested. This is a really good graphic. Sorry, not that that matters that much. I guess it's all AI, but like, can I have an editor that does this? I love how they do the screen flipping. Like, that is gas. I love that when people do that. It is super AI created, but it's not bad. Um, bro. All right, this is a banger. All right, we're gonna take a look at Parquet. I want to see what stock tickers are available for trading. Just a bunch of the blue chips. So we can trade. We can trade these stocks with 200x leverage. Don't really want to connect the wallet, but I guess we'll do with Soulflare. Why not? I can trade 200x leverage on Apple. That's pretty cool, to be honest. I can't lie. Bar rate is 29. Market just closed, so it's dumping. I'm curious to see how the 24-hour mechanism works, because Robinhood did something similar where 24-hour trading on stocks. Traditionally, it was aftermarket hours on stocks, if you're unaware, close at 8 p.m. and open at 4 a.m. So I'm curious to see if there's any mechanisms that could get the platform or the user in trouble just based on the 24-hour trading. Chud House. I like Chud House. I'm still LPing Chud House. HDRM. Well, I'm freaking missing some tokens. Not in this market. I don't like how it looks. Percolator already exists. Does Percolator have the same features, Alex? Nah, man, you're the coolest guy I've seen on live. Actually getting in it is real. I appreciate that. Thanks, K-Rod. HDRM, how do you know about Chud House? I'm actually just curious. Okay, wait. Pump Goat made me mad. LP Army inbound. Thanks for the till. Hey, Tix is always shilling the stream. I appreciate you, Tix. Pump Goat Tech looks cool. Someone, Larry, who was in the chat earlier, claimed a 2-soul bounty out of the MetLife Stadium. Tix. He says Pumpko made him mad though. He did a heart attack, got wrecked, buy low, sell at break even. 5 minutes later, pump hard correct. Could have made 15 soul. To be fair, I thought it was a LARP project. I would have cheated too. Yeah, I feel that, Tix. Bro, heart attacking is like, at that point, if I'm heart attacking, I might as well just go all spot and go like tighter range. Apple just dropped 2% in 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how the 24-hour trading would work, like I said. Like, are people actually going to be executing orders? If anything, it's probably just super, super low liquidity and there's going to be, like, really thin order books if you're trading 24 hours on here. HMC says he made 1 soul on Park earlier. Easy money. Let's go. Div, good job showering. I'm very happy for you. Do you know how to make your own launchpad like pump and bags, but how can I make my own? I am not the person to answer that question for you, but I'm sure if you take that to ChatGPT or something, you might be able to get some more information on that. Opinion for World Cup coin. We'll look at it in a second. Holding before hype, nice. HDRM, active community every day. I know Chud House community is so strong, and that is like that was my main reason for LPing that token, because the community is just so active. Like, honestly, it's like funny, and Chill House and like Chill Guy, like honestly I never really liked those memes that much, and Chud House was kind of like let's flip them both. So I resonated. Tried to have some maxing actually. Could be so cool to LP X stock and earn point on Meteora. I don't know why X stock not reply to Met Team about that. So sad. X stock. Right now, my long-term LP is Card. Such a good one. IMO. Malu. What's up, Malu? Bro, Malu's goated. Met him IRL for the first time, and he is just as cool as his profile picture makes him seem. I was actually just looking at cards today, though. I don't really like. Is the feed generation good on this, Malu? I've actually been curious because like it's such a high market cap. I assume there's so much in the pools that I kind of stayed away from it just for that reason. But I agree with you, it being a decent long term. What's up, DPA? Opinion for World Cup coin. Okay, we're gonna get out of Park. Interesting. Maybe we'll throw a bid on this. Right now, I'm just gonna not do it though. Pumpco also, I'm just interested to see where these tokens go. They haven't really had one of their big cracks yet. Like typically, these things do kind of dump, 50 or 70%. So I'm just kind of waiting. Also, did not catch these early. Was not watching them early, so I'm just absorbing it all for now. Now, going to World Cup coin. This is probably something worth looking at. That's not any of them. This is something worth looking at because the World Cup starts tomorrow. Honestly, if you had to give me if I had to make a decision on where I thought this was going to be going into the World Cup, I would never really have thought that it would be at all-time highs going into the World Cup. So, I guess all of my initial instincts about this token were somewhat off because I would have expected, this seemed super coordinated to start with. I don't know who was behind this, but all of these, this is the World Cup token, and there's like a million other tokens created for different countries, right? So it seemed like really, I hate to use the word cabally, but like kind of organized and coordinated, right? So I'm surprised that they're running it up going into the World Cup starting tomorrow. 1 to 2% a day is really fucking good, Marlu. I did not expect it to be that high. How high is your, or how wide is your range, if you don't mind me asking, Marlu? Tix, I was trying to LP, what was it, Anthropic? I don't think that was an X stock. That was like some other pre-sale. Yeah, not X stock, not X stock. You can LP X stocks though, Tix, right? Or no? Okay, wait, a bunch of people just joined the TikTok chat. Please drop a follow if you are new here. I have tons and tons of free content on my page that will get you started on how to use Meteora. And if you want to go ahead and join the Telegram as well, I'm going to be dropping a series this week that is going to get you started just opening your first LP position. As soon as you take action and just enter that first pool, you're going to learn so much. So I'm going to try to simplify it, not yet for 20 minutes like I have on the previous videos, and get you started. So if you're interested in that, if that link does not work that I just sent, just drop a follow and look at my link tree. It should be in the link tree bio. Bro, I've been losing for 3 years. One advice, please. Risk management is always going to be number one. No matter what kind of asset you are looking to trade, you need to have risk management, or else you're going to blow your portfolio. The only reason I've been able to grow this account is because I cut my losses. Okay, obviously I've taken exceptional losses, but if you don't have risk management, you're gonna lose in the long term. If you're losing money constantly for 3 years, it's literally 10x harder RN than it was 2 years ago. Also, Heavy Metal Click says where else learn LP. You can also learn on the LP Army website. Go to the LP Academy. But I'm trying to do a funnel through YouTube HMC to see if this one performs. What if I don't use risk management? If you don't use risk management, then your other option is to hit one lucky generational trade and retire from that. Anyways, the course are not too expensive. What are you talking about, Tix? Yeah, in Radium at the moment you can LP and earn point from X stock. Met team tell me they already contact them for, but X stock never reply. What's the minimum fee TVL you want for a long-term play? I cannot give you a good answer for that. That is a really hard answer. I sometimes will play stuff that has 300k TVL, and sometimes I'll play stuff that has very, very little TVL. Yeah, I was about to say. I think that the LP Army Academy course is free. I'm getting ready for a haircut. I hope folks do a good job. Pray for me. Div, are you getting a fade? Okay, Alex says if you're losing money constantly for 3 years, it's literally 10x harder than it was 2 years ago. He is absolutely right. It is harder to trade meme coins than it was 2 years ago. But if you were unaware of Meteora and how this platform works, then you are, if you have experience trading meme coins, then you will be able to limit your risk, manage your risk, and make way less. You're gonna. Sorry, I'm going brain dead right now. You're going to be able to make more consistent profits on Meteora and manage your risk way better if you've been trading meme coins for years and do not know about this. Very, very ideal position to have. Because instead of being perfect, okay, and I'm going to give you an explanation on why. Instead of being perfect, and for example on, let's do World Cup coin for example. Let's say you were trying to get an entry on this, and you're like, okay, right here, dip, I'm going to buy. Even if you have a decent entry on this, if you don't sell here and it goes down, you're going to be stressing, right? So this is not an ideal entry if the token goes down to here. But on Meteora, instead of predicting the exact bottom and having to execute your order right here, you can instead determine a range on how low you think the token is going to go. In this case, it dropped almost 90% down from 12 mil down to 2 mil, 3 mil. So you would have to determine a range of down here, right? Let's say this is the level. Now, you are able to get continued exposure and collect fees all this while, instead of being absolutely perfect and having to snipe one of these bottoms, one of these bottoms, one of these bottoms. Very hard to be perfect and get an entry right here, right here, right here. Okay, and even if you got an entry decently in the long term, even if you got an entry right here, right, it went up in the long term. But you have to deal with the stress of being down money if you enter here. On Meteora, you can just select a classic bottom where you think the lowest the point is going to go, and instead you're going to make a range from current price, wherever you enter, down to here, right? From this point down is 68% down. Typically, I'm opening ranges minus 78% to minus 82% to minus 85%. By going this low, it gives me a lot of cushion to be wrong, okay? Because a lot of the times, these tickers are going to drop lower than you expect. Someone might even predict, okay, I think that World Cup token is not going to drop below 4 mil. Even though this is decently far down in terms of where it went to, obviously it went way lower than that. So you just have to keep in mind tokens always go lower than you ever expect. And that is a reason why using Meteora you are able to get less risky exposure to meme coins. What is Thorfinn? Div says he's on his HMC shit. He's got long curls. No way, Div. I would not have pictured you to have long hair. I don't know why I say that, but why does someone always come in here and say, "Bro, doing analyze on soul meme coins wild"? Bro, just because I'm drawing on it and drawing levels doesn't mean I'm doing TA. I'm literally just explaining how a protocol works. Why are you wearing a vest in your home, bro? Just for extra protection. In case we get sniped. Bro, I dropped the CA channel into your Telegram beginners chat. Yes. Jeez. Where's the sippy cup? I forgot the sippy cup, div. I meant to get a sippy cup over the weekend. But I don't know if I can do that. That's kind of self-deprecating. But also, like, again, I don't even care. I really don't care. You think it's Vidiv? You know what I should do? I should get like a massive one. I should get one that's like this high, and then it's gonna look so funny, like holding a jug. Bro, but I need one that can hold hot liquid because I'm always sipping tea. DPA says he dropped a... Yeah, okay. Something like... Okay, Vaster drops this token in the chat. Gunna says no, it's not a good coin. Gunna is also Alex in the chat, by the way. So he answered your question in the chat. I trust Alex. I trust Gunna. He's usually pretty spot on with his takes. But anyways, we're going to take a look at the ticker you just sent. I'm going to give you my thoughts on... Don't know why it copied like that. Trump's 80th birthday. 23 days and 13 hours ago. When is Trump's birthday? June 14th. Okay, so you're trying to front run the date. But it's just not very strong. It's kind of like a news event token. Like, yes, you could have made money on it if you bought it early, but like this is something that's going to be very hard to come out on top on. Oh fuck, I forgot to reply to YF. Sorry, bro. We'll do it after I get off stream. Sorry, bro. Yes, this is not something I'm super strong about because you're basically it's a date coin, right? The date is June 14th, so you need this to go up within like a few days because you don't want to hold going into the 14th. So, anyways, this isn't super high. This isn't really good risk reward to me, just because like everyone's trying to sell before one another. You know, it's not like a cult holding where they're like, this meme can go to 1 million, 200K, something like that. Basically, it's like, okay, we need to buy before this date and sell on the other people before this date. I bought it 12K. Which one? Which one did you buy at 12K? Jeez, 535. I mean 435. Okay, we'll look at this one. I'm probably gonna take... Div always gets mad when I say I'm gonna head off soon. Wait. Crypto Jones, sorry, Crypto Jones, I missed your question. It'd be so much easier for people to understand this if you explained it in the Meteor terminal. You're right, Crypto Jones. I'm going to make sure to to do it. The only reason, okay, one of the main reasons I don't always make explanations in the Meteor channel is because I don't want to have to go to specific pools to look at tokens. Like, if I am wanting to make an explanation on this, I would need to first go to DexScreener, grab the CA. Actually, that's not true. I could just type it in here. But you're right, Crypto Jones. I really don't have I don't really have a good response for you. Anyways, with the video series coming out, I'm going to definitely do it on the Meteor terminal. 15 more minutes, says Div. Sorry, Obos. I don't really love this that much. I just don't like the way the chart looks, but I will give it a shot. I will look at the tech. Your agent earns 24/7. Autonomous investing for AI agents. It seems like good in theory, but like I feel like so many tokens have kind of had this sort of narrative, you know what I mean? No, Crypto Jones, I appreciate it. That's what I need. I don't know. Unfortunately, no matter... I don't want to say this, I might get some backlash, but no matter what Meteor does to their terminal, I love it. I love opening positions and being able to see. But like I'm just an OG. Like I just use DexScreener no matter what, and It's a little bit easier for me to zoom in and navigate on here. Like Meteoric kind of blocks me off on the 1 minute. I have to go to kind of bigger time frames. I can't see the whole chart. Um, so, but then again, I do like the way the charts look. I don't like Axiom and GMGN charts. It's harder for me to determine what volume looks like. I know that sounds like really weird, but anyways, made 11K off a rug pull. Phantom, no matter what. Per pad, thoughts for an LP. Wait, actually, I want to keep this one open. I also want to keep cards open. Joshua, like, I don't really want to bid this. This seems like really weird to me. And I don't know why it had such high sustained volume at this peak. Is there really that much turnover going on? Like, it doesn't really, it's just odd to me. We'll see what happens with it. Maybe it runs harder and I fade another one, but I don't really care. Skill issue. Per pad. That's right. I was LPing this for a little bit. Crypto Jones. Cleanest trading terminal I've ever seen. It's constantly getting better. We'll see where I got out here. I think because I zapped out, it doesn't show where I got out. Interesting. I've noticed the zap out feature. I don't know what mechanism it does, but it doesn't show your cells, which is actually like kind of ideal. Anyways, this looks really good, Jones. Like, I forget where I got out here. Maybe I even got out like right here. I don't remember. But if you manage to stay in this the whole time, like, good for you. This is doing really, really well. New Meteora UI looks fire on stream. YF says he likes the Meteora UI. Is Buttcoin still printing for you? It's not doing bad, but it's not like insane print. I'm actually like really tight on Buttcoin. I'll show you the LP. Why not? Buttcoin.
Coming up next, let's get into that early 2000s post-grunge sound. Lincoln.
I want this song. Anyways, this is the Buttcoin LP. Trans was asking about this one. So the initial one I had, I forget how tight I went, but I had like 10 sold tight bid ask only, and I think it was probably towards like the bottom of this range. It went out of range for a little bit. I think I was out of range for maybe like this portion, and then it went all the way back out, and then I just took the fees. And my friend has been trying to convince me to recompound way more. This doesn't really make sense though. Oh, P&L. It's because I'm in US dollars. So I'm at 0.06 in terms of Solana. But I just recompounded it and went pretty tight again, as you can see, minus 26% range. And if you guys have stuck around the whole time and you're like, why is he going so tight? It's because this is a large cap token that you can rebalance without risk of it dumping like 50% in one candle. Usually the tokens you're LPing are pretty sketchy, but on Buttcoin I'm pretty confident on this one. So if for some reason it goes all the way down and dribbles out of my range, I'll just rebalance here and we'll be good to go. What's your fee rate? I have 3 pools all sitting around. It says 1.26. I'm not sure if this is completely accurate, Trans, but around that. How do you recompound, says Div. So if I were to recompound, I'll do it right now. So recompounding is when you take your fees and you either create another LP or you put them back into the pool. So right now I have $16 of Buttcoin tokens. So if I wanted to recompound, I would go ahead and claim those fees, right? And then I would just go into here, go to our current position, add our Buttcoin right here. And now we can determine whether we want to go spot or bid ask or whatever. I'm just going to recompound and go spot. So now we deposit our Buttcoin back in, and we have layered on that little bit of Buttcoin. Very hard to see because we have kind of a large position in this one. But that is how you would do it, Div. Yeah, Will was cooking. I don't know why we don't do that every time. The reason why I don't do that every time and we got into an argument over this. Is that he's like, why would you not just always have your tokens working for you? And my argument for that is because on Panini, for example, if I had recompounded my initials into this pool, this is my first Panini pool. If I had taken the bottom of it and recompounded it all the way, and if for some reason this token has a god candle to like, I don't know, let's say 300k or something, I would have sold out of my tokens up here, and I might have earned like an extra $8 in fees. Whereas if I just held it spot and held for higher, I would have made more if I just held onto the token. So that's kind of like usually, and he was like, okay, so you're looking for the 1 out of 20 times it does that. I'm like, literally, yes. I'm like, I understand recompounding is usually ideal, but I hang on to tokens sometimes if I'm confident that it might have a god candle. And in that case, you would technically lose out on impermanent loss, because impermanent loss can also work to the upside. If you sell out of your tokens too early at a lower average and the token is now at, 5x higher, then you would have made more not pooling it in this range. Does that make sense? I think one of the bounty coins will run to like 5 mil TBH. One of the clips will go super viral, and the pump fund tweet got 20 mil views. That actually is some good insight, Alex. I only recompound the soul because pumps are so much better to be in spot. You ain't wrong. Thank you, Trans. Thank you, Trans. Thank you, Trans. Recently, that's about what my track record is, Trans. But thank you for agreeing with me, because I was arguing with him for so long, and he's like, a very good LPer, but he thinks he's always right. If he was watching this clip, and if you know Will, you know him. But again, he's usually very right. But I was just explaining the examples of why recompounding is sometimes not ideal. You can lose out on impermanent loss to the upside. Like, imagine if you yeah, wait, never mind. But like, he's right. He's right for the to in most cases, Will is going to be right in that recompounding is ideal, because basically you're just trying to stay in range and earn fees the whole time. But if for some reason it has a god candle, right, not gonna work out as well. Yeah, like imagine if you LP'd an OG Doge early and it goes to 1 mil. Or 100 mil. That would really suck. Thank you for the follows, guys. Thank you guys for the follows. If you are new here, you've already dropped a follow, but please join the Telegram. We're going to be dropping we're going to be dropping a series of videos on how to open your first liquidity pool this week. So if you guys are interested, so like if you have 1,000 soul, is this like infinite money? Not entirely. And the reason, like, we are in almost the dead of the dead market. Like right now, it's very hard to make money in the trenches, and people who use Meteor are making money in the trenches, but it is honestly free money if we were in a bull market. Like from August 2024 to January 2025, if you had a ton of size and you were LPing on Meteor, yeah, kind of free money. Right now it's way harder though. And yes, Trans says it can produce passive income infinitely, but you also have to be smart. Agree with Trans. We've talked about pumps getting capped compared to spot. Why do you figure it wouldn't dump 50%? Buttcoin, Crypto Jones? I'm not saying I'm saying it wouldn't dump 50% in like a 5-minute candle. So if it is going to dump 50% it'd probably happen over like the course of either a whole day or 2 to 3 days. Just because Buttcoin is like more of a blue chip meme. So one person isn't going to be able to absolutely destroy the chart. You know what I mean? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, guys. Damn, Div, you cooked telling me to stay on longer. We have a good amount of TikTok viewers now. Larger cap coins, especially ones like Buttcoin, is more cultural meme now, like Pepe or Doge. Agreed. Trans on that one. Don't worry, Div. Don't worry, Div. Bro, I would have been on way earlier today. I just had, again, I had stuff to do earlier this morning. But my sleep schedule is getting way better, so we're going to be having, hopefully, these streams earlier and earlier. And are you streaming tonight? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are, Div. Have you tried Meridian Agent? Love your mom knows game if he's asking you about Meridian Agent, but I don't like to trade I don't like LPing with agents. I think that just for me personally, manual has always been the way to go for me. So, Alex, if it makes you feel better, I was really close to selling the bottom. I was down like 2 soul on my LP, and I was like, all right, I'm about to cut it. I think I was probably like maybe 5 or 10% away from cutting it, Alex. So, what time do you start streaming at night? It's going to be 11 p.m. EST to 12 a.m. EST, depending on how the night goes. Sometimes the reason I don't stream at active hours is because every time I'm like ready to go on, there's always something for me to do. There's always messages to reply to or things that I have to pay attention to by myself. Like trading on stream is a lot harder because I'm not as like locked in. I try to scroll around and answer questions, whereas like if I'm in a very intense trade or something, I'm usually just like literally eyes glued to the screen, about to either cut the loss or do something with it. So, anyways, not an excuse. I'm gonna try to be more accurate with my timing. Crime is surprise crime. Yes, you never know when I'm going to pop up. Do you ever build bags with DLMM? Treat it as a DCA. I do, but it's rare. It's rarer in this market, just because I'm less confident on tokens. So you prefer trading by yourself rather than being done by an agent? Yes, yes. Love your mom. I do prefer that. Um, just because I know agents can be good, but like I like to have my own stop losses in mind. I like to have my own intuition on a token. I like to be kind of reactive to the volume and the price action. So I think I will outtrade an AI agent 9 out of 10 times, or even more than that, to be honest. But also, I've seen some crazy, crazy bots where people like actually have straight up P&Ls. But Pumpgo is a crazy idea. I wasn't on when it launched, and I effing hate it. Don't worry, TSC. There's going to be more tokens, and you will catch the next one. A stupid agent can never do what I do, says RJ. Yes, RJ, you're thinking the right way. Have you used it to build a BTC bag? I have not, Crypto Jones, but like perfect use case. Are you gonna invest in SpaceX stock? I'll probably trade it. In terms of investing in it, it just depends. When is the IPO for it? I will probably come back to stocks to actually trade the SpaceX IPO. There's probably gonna be a ton of volatility and a lot of volume on it. Pump Fund is running out of ideas. Trans. It's basically Pump Fund launched like a bounty system. Don't know the exact mechanics of it, but PumpGo is kind of the main project that's utilized it. Has built out the best platform for it so far. Basically, you just go to a pin, submit a picture, and you claim the bounty, which honestly is like not a bad kind of like flywheel um, organization. Like they're making fees from Pump Fund and they're using the fees for bounties. Like it's really not a bad it's not a bad idea, to be honest. But yeah, basically if you go to here, there's going to be different spots in the world where bounties are pending, where bounties are active. Right now there's one in New York, for zero point 0.5 soul, so you can kind of see how this works. I honestly like there's not much depth to this idea, but it's working. People are claiming fees, so I don't mind it. You know, it's probably worth a bid. Let's be real, it's probably worth a bid. So we might as well throw an LP on it. So if you're still here and you've been listening to me app, you're finally going to see how a pool is set up. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do. First thing I'm going to do is go over to the pools page on Meteor. We're going to paste the contract address. Now, when this opens, typically, if it's a popular coin, there are going to be multiple LPs on it. There are going to be multiple liquidity pools. You might be wondering, which one do I pick? Very general rule of thumb, if you're just starting. You can get more nuanced with this, and there are sometimes better options, but 95% of the time, choose the one that has the most TVL. This TVL counter, that means how much money is in this pool. You want to choose the one with the most TVL because typically this pool is going to get routed the most order flow because it has the most money in it. So just choose the one that has the most money, has the most TVL. Okay, Step 1 is done. Now that you are here, we are going to look at the chart, we are going to consider the narrative, and consider what the lowest we think this token is going to go. We don't have to, okay, we don't have to determine whether this token is going to last for the next year or not. But we are trying to determine how low this is going to dump and get a bounce, okay? So going right here is going to be a little bit too tight for me because it can drop. This is 41% down. It can drop to here, no problem. And it might go a little bit lower. At this point, I'm typically cutting the loss when it goes out of range. I don't want to cut the loss. I want to have as much cushion as I want, while being pretty exact. So this is minus 73% down. You see how I'm adjusting this bracket? This is going to kind of determine where our pool is going to go. So, right, this is 74% down. This is 78% down. I think what I'm going to do, minus 90% down is 54K. So around here is probably like 100K, something like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and throw in 10 Solana, and we're going to go almost entirely bid ask. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I will make more if I put in more spot and it hangs around here and goes up. But I don't care about that. I don't want to risk it. I am looking for a dump and bounce. So I'm looking for this thing to get clipped kind of hard, and then a strong bounce reaction is what I'm looking for on this token specifically. Now going minus 77%, I'm going to go a little bit safer and do minus 78%. So that should be good for me. I don't think I'm going to get wrecked on this. There we go. And then after we organize all of this, put in our Solana, hit bid ask, hit create position. Now we have our position and it is active. However, you're going to see it's not moving right now. That's because the price has not moved enough down into our range for us to get any action. You're going to start seeing these blue bars convert to purple bars as price drops down. This dotted line represents current price. It's going to start moving more left, and as this happens, if it goes down, we're going to start earning fees, and our Solana is going to start converting to the token. Soon pools page goes away. Discover only, says HMC. Mike, what's up? Sorry, I didn't see your message. GMAT Mike. No, I just watched a guy chug. Ew, Div. What are you talking about? Have you? Sorry, Pump Fun. What are we doing? Yeah, that's not the most ideal bounty use case, Div. That's for sure. SBCX is on Hyper Liquid. How is it like pre-stock type of deal, RJ? Why not trade SpaceX X stock? Wait, did SpaceX already IPO? Am I missing something? If these are on Meteora, that means they're... Oh. Wait, it did IPO. Wait, I'm tripping. Right? Wait, no. It hasn't IPO'd yet. I guess the futures market's already trading. Wow. I don't know. I think I want to wait until it actually IPOs. But also, if you want to like get exposure to SpaceX stock on Meteor, by all means, go do that. Yes, Trans, you take pictures. Today, P&L, I think we are up like 5 Solana today. Maybe 6 Solana. It's hard because I've had a lot of like positions appreciate. Wait, I'm up like a lot of money on something. I just refreshed my portfolio and it's up significantly. I'm not sure what's going on. I think it's a glitch here. I have no idea. Pre-IPO, yeah, Thursday. Okay, it goes live Friday. Alright, I'm gonna go get a haircut, BRB, says Div. Probably a good time for me to head off. Looks like the TikTok viewership has faded a little. We've answered most of the questions. TSE says there's a 1.75 soul bounty in my city, but you have to pay $50 to get to that place. That's kind of annoying. I don't know if that's all that worth it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I'm driving 30 minutes to get 0.5 soul. 1.75 is definitely a better bounty, but I've been seeing a lot in the US that were like 0.5. Joshua was the next one. I was working at that time. Joshua, yes. Max Brown, thank you for sharing the live. Guys, if you are here, please drop a follow. I'm going to give you more sauce on how to use Meteora. I already have a ton of content on my page about how to use it and use cases and whatnot, but this week I'll be dropping a YouTube series video where I am going over how to open your first pool and taking you from complete beginner to opening your first pool. So if you're interested in that, please join the Telegram for more updates. And also, if you want to hang around and see how more of our experts, like Gunna, like Will, like Pips, like Div, how they trade using Meteora, please join and try to absorb as much information as you can. Just because someone sends a CA, don't just go ape it. A lot of these, I'll have to take a look at this. It looks like another game token. I'm actually going to look at this. But yeah, just because someone sends a CA, don't blindly ape. I'm trying to get you guys to be self-sufficient, make your own opinions, and then utilize Meteor to execute how you feel about tokens and gain exposure and make money. Realm seems like another game token. Seems a little bit farmy. I don't really like how it went to 97k and nuked down to 10. A little bit weird, even though Tiny World did do the same thing. Live a full human life on chain with Realm. I'll look at this off stream. I think I'm Spooderman CTO lead. George, what's up? Brother, I'm an old crypto meme coin trader, but RNA came back after a while. How do I pick my trades, G? I hope you got some clips today. I'm so backed up on clips right now that I haven't timestamped anything. Also, I didn't feel like I was explaining things that well. How do I pick my trades? So right now, a lot of there's like kind of a meta running. People are launching perp platforms, so like tech tokens are kind of active. Magpie, cards, these are all doing okay. And then we have kind of the TikTok Pump Go is kind of token related to the Pump Fund bounties. Basically, you post a picture, you get paid. So there's a lot of like kind of, I don't want to say utility, but there's a lot of like tech tokens out there right now that are getting attention. I like to choose memes that have relevance on social media that are popping up on your For You page. So Jars and That Big was like a recent one. I'm going to try to give you some other tokens. Panini. I liked Panini because of it being relevant with the World Cup. Basically, Panini is the manufacturer or issuer for the FIFA World Cup trading cards and stickers, whatever you want to call them. The whole Pokemon meta is really popping right now, and World Cup is starting, so it kind of like crossed over, which gave me a little bit more conviction to LP it. Also, this one was doing really well. So really, don't just blindly ape new tokens because they have volume. Do some research and see if you actually resonate and have confidence in the token is really the best advice I can give you. Lost 2k on Moo migration. Damn, I remember Moo. That means Chris is an OG. Oh goodness. I'm tired of talking at this point. You got X? I do have X if you guys want to follow me on X. Crime XBT with no period. Thank you, HMC, always shilling me. Thank you, boss man. If you want to follow me, Crime XBT with no period on Twitter, just let me know. We had some new people follow. I typically am not going to follow you back. If you're in the TikTok chat and you follow me though, just let me know. Otherwise, I probably won't. No hard feelings, but just like I like to give the TikTok chat the priority. So if you follow me back, just DM me and I'll follow you. Trex, I assume that is you. I got you. Not follow you back unless you're cool. Agreed, HMC. Alright, guys, it's time. I'm going to head off for now. We're going to check back in on the LPs tonight, and I will see you then. Like I said, I'm going to shill the Telegram one more time. Check this project. I'm not going to do that right now, but like I said, if you guys want to join, feel free. I will be here. Alright, thank you guys so much. I will see you tonight. Bye, RJ, Div, if you're here. Bye, HMC. Bye, George. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Chris. I appreciate all you guys. Damn, Rap just joined. Damn, literally at the very last moment. I'll see you, Rap. See you guys. Peace, trans, my goat. See ya. Bye, Felicia. See you guys. Bye, Ivo.